Yay! It's Christmas Day! I hope that you're all having a fantastic time so far. What a generous and supportive bunch you are, Gilgal. So much to be thankful for. Thank you for 7.5 years of adventure, fun and loveliness. Do you know, I have never been in a church like you. Your prayers, wisdom, time, generosity are amazing. As I went off to Baptist College, along with the journey taking me to that point, you have stuck with me, constantly interested in what I'm doing, learning, loving, hating. You've been there. So thank you. This isn't going to be a long, drawn-out thank you speech. I know you'll be glad of that, but I have thought of particular people in the key areas of work I've been involved with over the years and thought about what I'd like to say to them. So, without mentioning names, because I would be bound to leave someone out, what do I want to say? Sunday Club. Think of a time before you knew me. You're so young you probably can't. I'm so old, I know I can. You may feel like I've always been here, but I haven't. The thing is, the Jesus I've pointed you to always has been and always will be. All of this term, we've been singing that brilliant song. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty, there's nothing my God cannot do. But you know, the words of that song are what makes me tick, because I believe in a God that is so big. God is so big. And if there is one thing I want you to remember, it's that his love is personal for you. Thinking back over the years, we've seen so many beautiful young people coming through our doors. I remember a phone call from the police pretty much in my very first week back in 2013. It's not every day you get a call from the police, but they wanted my help. You see, the local youth club was closing, and the police didn't want a whole bunch of teenagers on the street in Porthcawl. Could we take over running it? I remember thinking, it's funny what happens when you pray, because we had been praying for a deep connection with young people. Those of you involved back then will remember the hassle they gave us, with doors getting kicked in, neighbours complaining, and tuck getting nicked pretty much every week. But do you know what? I still love those kids. I still see some of them walking around town. One thing I want them to remember, that we loved them despite their behaviour. Because do you know what? Jesus loves us despite our behaviour. And those young people who have gone through our doors, who have found that love, who have started their own journey towards Jesus, I would say, like a hero of mine in the Bible, writing to a young man, says, not to let anyone look down on you because you're young, but to fan into flame the gifts that God has given you and to go for it. It's not easy being a parent, trying to balance home life with church life, discipline with fun, faith with the reality of living in a real world, with work pressure and home pressure, and let's be honest, church pressure. We have a fab bunch of parents and carers who have always been supportive to our youth and children's programmes. To you, I would say keep on praying for your kids. Keep on praying with your kids. Keep on talking faith with your kids. Because even the best youth and children's programmes in the best church in the world can only give your kids about an hour a week. Maybe 2 if they come to the midweek thing. And let's be honest, half the time they're not really engaging with the programme. It's you that they see every day. It's you they turn to when life sucks. So it's you they'll most see Jesus in. So show them Jesus. You can do that. It's been great being involved with the worship team. It's such a privilege helping people experience God as we sing. Or not so much sing as mumble in the past few months. I love the way the team has grown as we've worshipped together. I would love to come back in a few months and see how God has continued to develop both the worship team and the congregation as you all deepen your experience of love for God. Which leads me to the Worship XP nights that we've been having in the last few years. They were some incredible times of real connection with Jesus on those evenings. When I came away feeling so close to God, and I'm so grateful for the team who helped me make those things possible. I'd love to see those evenings go from strength to strength. Do you know, you can do those without me, but I would love to come back and run some more. Thanks to the schools in the town who've let me inflict their sense of humour on the poor kids every month, every week in the case of the comp, for assemblies and lessons. My prayer for them would be that something of what I've said would be planted deep in the lives of those who've heard those messages over the years. And that they would burst into life soon. Nothing is wasted. And I know the Bible speaks in powerful ways, even if presented off the back of the latest Star Wars clip or Baby Shark, depending on which age I'm doing the assembly for. And to the staff and teachers who have been listening and maybe felt uncomfortable at how close I got to the line of teach, don't preach during my assemblies. I would hope that they would reflect on the truth of the words. I can't believe that some of the little toddlers that we started with back in 2013 are now most of their way through primary school. It has been lovely to watch them grow up month on month as I visited various schools that they went to. My prayer for them would be that they would experience something of the awe of God and link what they've heard from the Bible with a living faith with Jesus. For the parents and the carers, my prayer is that they will remember our love and link that love with our faith. Because that's the main reason that we do all these things. Then there's the other extreme, the lunch club. Wednesdays were always crazy, dashing from toddler group first thing in the morning, where we're rolling around the floor, chasing 2-year-olds around the room, to sitting around tables and having adult conversations with the seniors over a beautiful roast. I'm so going to miss those. Mind you, I did put on 1.5 stone in the first year of being at Gilgal. I'm not sure that I'm going to lose that either. But we had some great times with those older folks too. Some of them really lonely, genuinely looking forward to their weekly catch-up at lunch club. My prayer for each of them is the same, that they will experience the love that God has for them. And what about the young adults I've gotten to know over the years and tried to mentor? It's been fantastic to help them grow deeper in their faith. I'll never forget Maddie. She came to us as a shy, shrinking violet, and yet not even after the full year, she was confidently standing, teaching a whole bunch of children about Jesus. And Ali, she was so cool, working alongside the youth, and how she helped me as we catapulted into this whole online thing. It's unforgettable. And then there's Rosie. Oh, Rosie. My dream for her was to plug her love for Jesus into an electric plug socket. Not literally, of course, but to talk to her now and hear stories of how people she's met and how she's talked about Jesus is nothing short of thrilling. And that's what the gospel does when we let it. So, what's next for me? Well, I hit the ground running on January the 4th with 2 weeks of inductions, lots of new people to meet, lots of new ways to be doing lots of new things, lots of dreams to dream. Basically, I'm being employed to dream. It's back to what I started with about my belief in a big God. A big God who helps us dream big dreams. I'm to dream of new ways of engaging children and young people, wherever they are, in new ways of helping them connect with Jesus, new ways of helping them find faith and grow their faith, all across the Diocese of Llandaff, from Cardiff to Port Talbot, Neath to Merthyr, and then back to Cardiff. That's my patch. Do you know, 1/3 of the population of young people in the whole of Wales live in that triangle. That's huge. I better get off to bed then, hadn't I? And start dreaming. Bye, and thanks so much, Gilgal. You are amazing. Bye! Happy Christmas!